we're still on the bandwagon of things being ruined.
Yes. So we're going to go Podluck, and Miracle's going to tell us about this story from Anime News Network. Live action One Piece series begins filming from Netflix. And the first thing that should worry you about that is it's Netflix.
Yep.
So go ahead.
So Netflix live action One Piece series begins filming. So yay, you guys, they're filming it.
That's sarcasm if you can't tell.
Yeah. I'm just too giddy when I do sarcasm. But Netflix geeked Twitter. That's very redundant.
Netflix Geeks Twitter account.
That's very redundant.
Yes, it is.
It, to me, account confirms on Tuesday that production finally begun for Hollywood's live action series. And I'm not going to pronounce his full name because I can't do like too many vowels at the same time.
Ichiro?
Yeah, it's Ichiro Oda's One Piece manga. The post also shows 2 photos of the cast during filming of the day of filming. Yeah. I can't read right now because I'm so frustrated by that Halo series article that I'm just messed up now.
Do you want me to do it?
If you would.
Okay, so it says Steve Maeda, one of the executive producers for the series, hinted through some of his posts on Twitter on Sunday that filming for the series has begun. His first post shows a straw hat keychain with the text, "The Day of the Beginning," while the second post shows a photo of an executive producer chair. Very, very cryptic. The cast members include, and then it lists them right here.
I like the details that they have because if you actually are a One Piece fan, they do have T-shirts and posters that do that for each characters. Okay. Because they are pirates. Okay. So they're outlaws. Okay. But I don't know. I'm not really excited for this because, again, we already saw the dumpster fire.
Why does that guy at the end look like weirdo Eminem? Holy crap.
Yeah, you saw that too. I was like, he looks like Eminem. He
does. So it says Netflix will exclusively stream the live action series. The first season will have 10 episodes. Oda will serve as the executive producer. Tomorrow Studios, a partnership between Marty Adelstein from Prison Break and Teen Wolf. Prison Break is a big score. Yep. And ITV is producing the live action series. Matt Owens from Luke Cage and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the show's writer. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had some fantastic writing. Steve Maeda and Becky Clements are executive producers. Adelstein stated in a video message shown at the Jump Festa 2017 that the live-action Hollywood television series adaptation of the manga will start with the East Blue arc and will broaden from here. Adelstein also stated that the series promises to create a true One Piece after he discussed the project with Oda personally. So is Oda the writer of the... Okay, that's cause for at least some positivity that the original creator is so heavily involved. Yeah, but... It's still coming from Netflix, which means it probably won't be all that great, but I'm trying to be positive. Well,
it's the same thing like how Avatar, like when they're planning to do a Netflix live action series, like the creators basically dropped out. Okay. So that's not a good sign. I hope he stays, but if he drops out like how... the Avatar creators did, then that's a bad sign. But one of the guys, if you scroll up, he kind of looks like a rapper.
Which one?
That one.
There?
Yeah, he kind of looks like a rapper and also a guy that used to be a customer in my convenience store.
It's not a name that I recommend. I've heard before, so I don't know him. Netflix has a habit of like they pick a lot of young actors that you've never heard of.
Well, I like it that they're starting like people's careers, but I'm not excited for this because Netflix they have the same streak as like CW where it
for different reasons.
Yeah, it kind of starts off good, but then it goes downhill from there.
What so if they were to do this right, what would they have to do?
Well, I don't know because like you're introducing it to people that never seen the series.
Well, that's your goal is as much as you want to get the audience from that but you read also the manga, you have to appeal to people who don't read. That's why adaptation is such a freaking hard medium to perfect. Is that you have to both please the people that know exactly what it is while not losing the people who are coming in cold without any knowledge of it whatsoever.
For sure.
Not
for
an
me,
easy task.
I try to watch the original series from episode 1. I couldn't do it, so for me, you got to change it a little bit. For a person who never watched the series, you have.
In what way?
It was annoying, and I'm picky about art style.
I'm saying, but how do they have to change it then?
So how the first episode started, it starts with an annoying ass kid talking to the main character Luffy, and like he saying, "Oh, I want to be a Marine." So a Marine in their universe is like a police officer. Okay. and like he's like, I want to be a Marine, and then Luffy's like, I want to be a pirate, I'm gonna be king of all pirates. And then slowly they become like close friends, but he's like super annoying. I could do without it. I know some people are gonna say like, no, you need him for plot, but I could do without it.
So you think they don't need that character?
You don't need that character because it's gonna turn off a lot of viewers from this series.
How so?
Because you have to hire somebody who's very energetic, and I know that it's like kind of against like how other people say, but very patriotic.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I like I said, I almost feel bad for the when these things happen around properties that I don't have any like emotional attachment to. I almost like I feel like sympathetic pain for them, knowing that they're going to end up being very excited and then almost invariably very let down.
It's kind of like how Pirates of the Caribbean is. That's the best way to describe it.
That's interesting. Kind of interesting. See, that's a good hook right there.
It's basically if they got rid of the little kid and they made it exactly how the first Pirates of the Caribbean is, I think they can hook a lot of people.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for it. I'm guessing it'll take about a year. If they're just starting filming, it'll be about a year before it comes out. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yay. Our favorite Goop CEO.
I couldn't read this article and not include it. If it didn't have a celebrity headline, I wouldn't have done it, but...
Why? I think I would have, even if it didn't, like...
Are you ready?
No.
Gwyneth Paltrow tastes her vagina candle for new Super Bowl commercial.
So it smells like fish?
No, she tastes it, so she must eat the wax?
Does it taste like her vagina too? This is the article, not me. Goop creator Gwyneth Paltrow took a nibble out of her vagina-scented candle from an Uber Eats ad that will premiere on February 13th during the Super Bowl. The advertisement is an attempt to show consumers Uber Eats delivers more than just, good eats. That seems like a low-key diss right there.
Well,
I don't think it's a diss. It's just like... Ugh.
Yeah, well,
so cringy. I hate it all so much.
As Paltrow learns the hard way, the delivery service also provides an array of household and personal items.
Yeah.
In the teaser, the 49-year-old Oscar-winning actress handles Goop's this I kid you not, quote, "This smells like my vagina" candle.
They're known for their kind of outlandish, like...
have you ever been to her website?
I have. Can't stay there long. I mean, this is the woman who was like, buy these $100 eggs to put in your vagina. Like,
well, she said it's because it helps your chakras, and then like she's kind of going along the lines because like I see where she's coming from, because like they do sell those kind of things, but it's for Kegels.
Yeah, I know. Right. What you mean. I mean, like, it's not that the product doesn't have a market. It's just that like.
But no,
why she decided that she's like the granola mom who's also like cool and you can talk to her about your vagina.
It's so weird.
Rich person's granola mom. That's even worse. It's even more of a poser.
That's all of like true granola hippie moms are not like what you say. What you mean when you say granola mom? Like granola moms are yuppie moms who like shop at Whole Foods. And I'm not saying that's bad. It's just that like
it's like the Disney. It's like Disney. It's like wine-ons at Disney World. They're not actually like it's like a weird subtype of a person now, where it's like they don't look like aunts at all. They're just influencers. Yeah, it's awful.
It's kind of weird because like if you go on Goop, you can buy these stickers that she claimed made. They're made from the same material that astronauts' spacesuits are.
So you go to Goop a lot? You go to the
No, I watched JonTron review all her products.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh no.
Okay, so
this is scary.
The candle tastes funny, she says, chewing and making a face that conveys her confusion. Not bad, but funny. Paltrow isn't the only star savoring the abnormal snacks. Trevor Noah and Jennifer Coolidge join in on the buffet. Ugh.
What do they eat? The candle?
Well, no. So Jennifer Coolidge, that's the girl that I said we should cast her as Shira. She ate lipstick.
Yep.
And then Trevor Noah, he ate deodorant.
It says, "Ooh, it tastes like." Yeah, it says in this clip of
stupid. But the teenagers eating Tide Pods they missed out on.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
So stupid.
So I just, what do you think of so what is your opinion of? I had literally, and I knew what Goop was. As like a brand, but it never. Is this something women are into?
Nope.
I defer to the women.
There's like a whole collection of actresses or like celebrities, I'm going to say actresses, but I'm sure models are in there too, who own like lifestyle brands. So like Kourtney Kardashian has Poosh. Goop is one of them. Like Blake Lively launched a similar one at one point, but it's since closed. And I think that they're like, it's like a transition to being a lifestyle influencer when you already have fame and like, here's my collection of things that you need. And she's kind of like the most known for like how ridiculous her products are, or sort of how bizarre.
I will give her props for taking a very unique approach to marketing.
Okay, so like I think this commercial is stupid.
It is.
Yes. And I think that like,
granted, Super Bowl commercials are supposed to be outlandish, so
I mean, outlandish is different than stupid. Stupid is stupid. And I think like, you know, I don't care for her products, but I'm sure there are some women who are interested in it, and I'm, you know, free market, have a good time.
What is her target demographic? Like women her age?
Women who want to
suburban
stay
moms.
Young.
It's women her age.
Also, like, I don't know. Sometimes, like, with these things. So, did you ever see the like meme that was like, boob art is the floral print of Brooklyn hipsters? Like,
no,
it's just like, I have to find it, I'm misquoting it, but it's just like, they're trying to be like, oh, I'm showing the feminine body in like a funny art thing, like, you know, it'll be like the outlines of like breasts or whatever on
God,
like,
this reminds me,
and it's just like, it's not interesting, it's not that creative, and also like, it's the way, you know how Amy Schumer used to get critiqued all the time for like, she wasn't funny, she wasn't, well, like, it's not that she's funny, she just says things that people are like, what is she saying, and talks about her vagina all the time. Like, I feel like this is the high class cashmere sweater version of this.
That's a good
description.
Comparison.
That's what it is. And like, you know, the reason she's getting the spot for the Uber Eats is because like, it tastes like my vagina. Like, it's semi-sexual, but it's also not violating any standards. Like, you know, I think this is a bad pairing. I think this commercial is dumb, and I think that this like, but I am personally not really interested in seeing celebrities do like stupid things like eat deodorants. I stand by, like, you really want to say it, you should have had a teenager ordering Tide Pods. Like, I would have laughed at that. Obviously dangerous, don't eat Tide Pods. But like, this is like a weak parody of something that could be funny with famous people in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always watered down once it gets to that level.
I don't know. It's just weird. This reminds me so much of my art classes in college.
Really?
Yeah, because we learn about this one California artist where she paints flowers that look like vaginas. I forgot what her name is. The Simpson.
Georgia O'Keeffe?
Yes. Thank you.
I've been to her exhibit at the Brooklyn Art Museum. It's
really?
like there's like a dinner table with like plates that are all actually vaginas.
Yeah, because like,
but they're like artsy.
Please tell me she's not one of those people that does
she's
like
a lesbian.
period blood art.
No.
I'm sure
not
there are
yet.
tons of them, but like
not that level yet, but she was expressing her sensuality. And then it also reminds me of my friend Belinda. Bless her heart, I love her, but she had this painting where she got her boob covered with paint and then smattered it onto the
push it on the canvas.
Yep. And she was like, I call it my Pokeball because it looks like a Pokeball. And she was like, also, FYI, this is my boob. And I'm like,
very clever.
I'm like, I'm out. And it reminds me of so many like girls who like join art classes for the first time and they want to do their bodies. Like this one girl, I like this girl, like she was nice and all, and I got to see like her baby like after she gave birth to it, but she like basically plastered her body with her like pregnant belly.
People have been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, it's nice, but like it's like a new trend I noticed. Like a lot of women want to show off their bodies and like show off like the human parts.
Yeah,
but for me, like I was kind of in that phase, but I did male genitalia instead because I was like, let's be politically funny about this.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like wanting to make art that includes like the human form, and I actually think that there's like a lot of good to be said about like normalizing like physiological like anatomy, but in this case, like I just think it's sort of this weird cheap shot of like, oh, I'm trying to be risque because it smells like your vagina, so this product goes viral, but also like it's probably really expensive. It
feels like viral marketing.
I mean, it is. That's what it is. And like now assisted by Uber, and like Uber's doing it because like you can't openly make a sexual reference on
TV anymore
during this commercial, so they're gonna find a workaround. Or like, no, she's not eating a vagina. She's eating a candle.
Yeah. Well, okay, also cool. Like the other two,
like it's dumb to me.
Yeah, like the other two celebrities, like Jennifer Coolidge. She said, "Ooh, it tastes like purple" when she eats the lipstick, and then.
It sounds like something a writer thought they were very clever.
No, but like, and also she's known for playing kind of like stupid women, you know.
Yeah, but
right, Jennifer Coolidge is like
it smells like burning.
Right. Well, but also like there are YouTubers who have made, like Sophia Nygaard, if you know who that is, made this cake with I don't remember the brand. I'm just gonna talk through this.
Yeah.
It's an edible lipstick, and I can't remember the brand. Bite lipstick is all natural, so it's all so you can eat it. It's not made with any chemicals. So she like cut up a bunch and put it into a cake one time. Like there could have been more interesting things that you could do, like the hybrid of like, is this a snack or is this like?
Yeah.
But they just like chose to be dumb.
They're promoting that they deliver groceries, like normal groceries that are non-food items. That's what
but
they're
like
trying to
you
get
could
at.
have done that in a lot of ways. That again, if you like this commercial, that's fine. I just think it's stupid.
No,
I
agree.
It's just to like make you think about Gwyneth Paltrow eating a vagina.
Yeah, and I will say
that's it.
that shamelessly, I picked this topic because I saw the. Did you send me this one?
No, but
I somehow found this one and shamelessly picked it because the headline got me. I admit to falling prey to clickbait. I was like, these two will have a fun. I literally saved this one because I knew you would. It was like I could wait and do this one on Sunday because
you could hear my eye rolls.
I could literally hear your
away.
eye rolls. Yeah, so. We're going to talk Nirvana real quick.
Yay!
So we talked a while back about the album Nevermind. It's a very famous album from Nirvana. It's got the baby in the pool. Yes, right? You know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm Amish, but I got that one.
Okay. It says, so basically, the young man...
There's been an ongoing litigation because he doesn't want a picture of him naked as a child.
Even though he came back and did anniversary covers of the album on the 10th,
but then 15th. He changed his mind.
Yes, and it is a woman's right to... Oh, wait, it's a guy. It's a guy's right to change... prerogative to change his mind. So it says, update, February 1st.
The judge ruled against him at one point, right?
Yes. As reported by Spin, Nirvana has filed a second motion to dismiss Spencer Eldon's lawsuit. In documents obtained by the publication, Nirvana's attorney says, quote, "This case must end." The band also asked the court for an order dismissing this action with prejudice and on the grounds that it is barred by the statute of limitations. There will be a hearing on February 24th in Los Angeles. Spencer Eldon, the man who appeared on the album art for Nirvana's Nevermind as a baby, has refiled his lawsuit against the band, alleging that the photograph constitutes as child pornography. As previously reported on January 4th, a judge dismissed Eldon's initial lawsuit after Eldon missed the deadline to file in opposition to Nirvana's lawsuit request. Or their lawyer's request, excuse me. Nirvana's estate asked for the suit to be dropped due to the statute of limitations expiring in 2011. And Eldon's prior history of profiting off and proudly touting his being the Nirvana baby. Eldon previously participated in numerous photo shoots to celebrate the album's anniversaries over the years. Eldon was given a January 13th deadline to adjust the suit, and according to the court documents seized by the AV Club, he refiled the suit on January 12th. In the suit, Eldon's attorney, Robert Lewis, alleges that the defendants knowingly possessed, transported, reproduced, advertised, promoted, presented, distributed, provided, and or obtained child pornography, depicting Spencer, who had not attained the age of 18 years old when this image was printed on the cover of Nirvana's Nevermind album. It's crazy how different the world is now from then.
Has he ever said why he changed his mind, like why he participated in things and why he then decided it was he wanted it reclassified as child porn?
I don't think any of the ones that I read had anything to do with an interview. It was just
I'd be curious to hear about it. I mean, like, it sounds weird. I don't know he's still pretty young from what I know. But like, maybe it did feel cool, and then when you got older and had your own kids, you were like, oh wait, I wouldn't want this image of my kids out there.
This part I thought was really interesting. This is what made me want to cover it. It says, additionally, Lewis also cites Kurt Cobain's journal entries as, quote, proof that the band has pedophilic intentions with the album art, using the following entry as one of the examples. This is his entry from here. It says
Kurt Cobain's entry.
Yes. Yeah. It says, I haven't masturbated in months because I've lost my imagination. I close my eyes, I see my father, little girls, German shepherds, and TV news commentators, but no voluptuous, pouty-lipped, naked female sex kittens wincing in ecstasy from the illusionary positions I've conjured in my mind. No, when I close my eyes, I see lizards and flipper babies, the ones who were born deformed because their mothers took bad birth control pills. I'm seriously afraid to touch myself.
What?
That doesn't seem pedophilic to
No,
me.
it does. It sounds like somebody's just really messed up.
It just sounds like he's very pent up and he needs to write it somewhere.
Yeah.
And like...
The one comment says right there, it says, that journal entry is really hard to fit into that narrative. Mm-hmm. Or no, there's a bunch of replies here. It says...
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it says, it pretty clearly seems to be suggesting the exact opposite of what they claim it does. It says, you were trying to call someone a pedophile. You might not want to use an example of him specifically saying he finds the very thought of children to be a boner killer.
Yeah, it's a weird claim. Again, I would be curious to hear, and I don't know, I'll have to look it up for myself, but like why he went from profiting off this image or why he went to participating in it to what sort of changed his motivation. Mm-hmm. I think that ultimately, like, there are probably things that you could come to a conclusion about as an adult, like, you know, a lot of people feel like, oh, this was something my family did and it was normal. But as an adult, I reevaluate it and I don't want to do it. And it's not necessarily as serious as like, you know, abuse or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Just like you change your perspective or you develop differently.
Or maybe he's dating a girl and she's like, oh my God, you're involved.
Right. Or like I said, maybe he had his own kids and was like, oh, I would actually never want, because like he's a baby in this, like it means his parents took him to whatever this photo shoot was. Like, it's important to recognize that, like, you know, maybe he's just trying to grift. Like, now they're not reproducing.
It's very easy to make it, like, that was my initial sense. Like, it's very clearly a grift. He very clearly sees a financial benefit in this. I would like to think that I could take a deeper, more nuanced perspective on it, and that maybe there's more than one reason.
I think until you hear about his explanation, and I'm sure you could read it in the court documents, I just haven't, like, why he has now come to the conclusion that he wants wants this changed, like, that would tell you. And again, like,
the easy topic to cover is to say it's a grift, but it's a lot harder to take the more nuanced and detailed approach, which is to say that maybe there's a lot of reasons somebody wouldn't want this out there now, even if they did celebrate it 10, 15.
Yeah, well, and if you're 15 and you think it's cool that you're on like maybe you don't have the understanding to say why it would be damaging, but maybe it's just a grift. Now that Nirvana is declining, he's like, well, I used to get a payout from this album, and now who knows what it is.
Yeah, if you search up what he's doing now, so he does not have kids, but he is engaged, but they said if you go onto his Facebook page, he's verified as an artist. So, and with some of his work retailing over $100. So I think he's just trying to get his name out there again, because some artists will do that. Any bad press is good press. That's what Kim Kardashian used to say.
We're like, who is this guy? And then you Google it, and then you find his art page.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was it would be I'm probably gonna we might not do that again later on, right? Like I might not cover the story again, but it will be interesting to see like what comes of that story, because maybe he'll give an interview that explains it, and it'll blow my mind, and actually he had good reason for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
well, and it reminds me, we can finish after this, but Vampire Weekend, is it Contra? They have that model. She's in like a yellow polo. I don't remember, whichever one of their albums. And they similarly had a lawsuit where she was like, I didn't give you rights to my photo. And if I'm remembering the story correctly, which I am not, it was that they had somehow gotten a hold of these negatives that the photo was on. So they literally owned the photo, and then they used that image. Whereas like she didn't, it wasn't a photo shoot for the album.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's that's a, like I said, one thing that I want to do with this is I don't want this channel to be, or these videos to be about rage or just the easy. I want to look at things more, like at least question. like I said, I saw a bunch of videos made about the very first one about this and that. It was about a grift and that he's just trying to make money. And it's very understood. That could absolutely be what it is. But I want to be able to at least ask questions and wonder if maybe there's more to all of this stuff.
Yeah, and I would assume that like part of the intention with the show is to monitor the ways culture is shifting.
Yeah.
And like even if this is a grift, does it still matter? Like, should we still not have this kind of imagery?
Yep.
Especially since he's not old enough to consent to that image.
When I think of it now, I'm like, I do like, I'm like, I can't believe that was ever a thing, that was allowed to be a thing.
But is it, I mean, like, I know the image. I'm not sure how much of him is like. I can remember he's like in a pool and stuff. Like
in subsequent years, that the photo's been edited.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's been edited since, like, that's interesting because there obviously was a point where they're like, oh,
maybe we shouldn't do this.
We maybe shouldn't do this. But think of like babies in diaper commercials or whatever else. Like there is a question of like where do we draw the line on like what age and when something's appropriate. And again, like he at that age is dependent on someone else consenting to the image being. So, like, even if it is a grift now, it opens up an interesting question on what we permit as a society. And I feel like that's, again, what the real conversation is here, you know, whether or not he has honorable intentions in this lawsuit.
There's always more questions to ask. So, Miracle,
yes.
Would you ever pose for a photo like that when you were very young?
No, but I could have been a child actor.
I forgot about that. Your mom wouldn't let you?
My grandma.
Your grandma wouldn't let you?
Yeah, I got scouted at Walmart.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
And she gave my grandmother a business card. I don't know if my grandmother still has it, but she was like, give us a call. I think your granddaughter will be a big star one day.
Who would have known that you would one day be the star of Cass Castle?
Yeah. That one. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.